Hello, welcome to Surprised and Confused. Not to be confused with Bored and Confused, where I review shows based on two criteria: was I bored, was I confused? But Surprised and Confused, where I talk about awards and what's going on in the New York theater scene at this moment. So all of the major awards have announced their winners. I did another video where I crunched the numbers on the nominations, and this time I have crunched the numbers on the winners, and I have made a lot of lovely charts that I want to talk to you about. So if this interests you, hang around. I'm looking at 9 different awards: Drama Desk, Outer Critics Circle, Drama League, Obie Awards, Lucille Lortel, NY Drama Critics Circle, Actors Equity Awards, Chita Rivera Awards, and the Broadway World's Audience Choice Awards, which is kind of an outlier because anyone can vote in that one and it really becomes a popularity contest. But I think there's enough of critic-based awards to offset that. And also, I just think it's good to know what audiences are excited about, because if you're winning Audience Choice Awards, it means that maybe your show is going to have an extended life. Maybe it'll tour. Good to keep an eye on. Okay, so let's just jump right into this. I've done 3 different charts, but we're going to start with this one, which is really award category based. So, Best New Play, Broadway and Off-Broadway. The Ballisters won the Drama Desk and the Outer Critics Circle. Meet the Cartosians actually had 3 citations. It won the Outer Critics Circle for Off-Broadway. It was a finalist for the Pulitzer, and it was a runner-up for the New York Drama Critics Circle. Liberation won for Drama League, but Liberation also won the Pulitzer Prize. So that's pretty major. For Best New Play Off-Broadway, Bowl EP won the Obie Award and was a finalist for the Pulitzer. Prince F. Word got the Lucille Lortel for Best Off-Broadway. Little Bear Ridge Road for the New York Drama Critics Circle. And the outlier, of course, is the Audience Choice Awards picked Dog Day Afternoon. We have to remember, though, that Audience Choice, people don't even have to see the play, and they might just vote on something because they know the title, because they know the movie, or because it's got an actor from their favorite television show in it. Who knows why the Audience Choice Awards picks what it picks? Okay, let's look at Best New Musical. So, the Drama Desk and Outer Critics both went to Schmigadoon. Mexodus got the Outer Critics Circle Off-Broadway, got the Drama League, and got the Lucille Lortel. Both Mexodus and Schmigadoon got the highest number of votes for the NY Drama Critics Circle, but neither were close to getting the majority, so they decided just to not award a musical this year. So it really looks like Schmigadoon and Mexodus are the 2 musicals that were getting the most attention this year. Now, of course, the Audience Choice Award went to The Lost Boys. No surprise there. Again, it's based on a famous movie. Not that the show's not great. Okay, let's talk about Best Revival of a Play. This one is just a clean sweep. Death of a Salesman got the Drama Desk, the Outer Critics, the Drama League, and the Audience Choice. I find that so interesting that you've got to realize most of these people who are voting haven't even gone to see it, but you know, it's got a big name. They're hearing the buzz, so maybe that's why the audience knew to vote for it. So that one looks like when it comes to Tony time, they're going to have a lock on Best Revival, which my favorite is Oedipus, but there's some confusion about whether Oedipus should have even been nominated for Best Revival when it really feels like a new play inspired by the ancient text of Oedipus. Sophocles? Okay, Best Revival of a Musical. This is also surprising, but we have to remember that Cats was not in consideration for several of these awards because it opened off-Broadway last season. So Ragtime for Drama Desk, Ragtime for Outer Critics, Ragtime for Drama League. The Lucille Lortel, because it's only off-Broadway, went to the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, and the Audience Choice went to Chess. Not surprising. But it means that that's why Chess continues to sell well. Audiences are responding to it. Best Solo Show. Jack Holden won the Drama Desk, Daniel Radcliffe, Outer Critics Circle, and David Greenspan, the Lucille Lortel. The Audience Choice Awards, they have so many of their own weird categories. So Hadestown won a couple for Favorite Tour and Long-Running Show, which is good to know. It means that Hadestown is going to continue to have a life on Broadway and abroad. That's what I take that to mean. Okay, let's get to our performance awards. So, lead in a Broadway play. We've got Drama Desk picked John Lithgow for Giant and Leslie Manville for Oedipus. Outer Critics Circle picked Nathan Lane. Important to notice that Drama Critics Circle only picks one performer, and people who have won this before aren't eligible, but it is interesting to note that the runner-ups were Leslie Manville and John Lithgow, who won the Drama Desk. So they have good buzz. And the audience choice went to Daniel Radcliffe, Every Brilliant Thing, and Ayo Edebiri for Proof. And not saying they weren't great, but it helps to be famous to get that audience choice, because who knows if these people even saw the shows. Okay, so it looks like John Lithgow and Leslie Manville are our front runners. Lead in a musical. The Drama Desk went to Casey Levy and Joshua Henry. The Outer Critics went to Joshua Henry. NY Drama Critics, Joshua Henry was a runner-up. And the audience choice went to Joshua Henry and Leah Michelle for Chess. So Joshua Henry seems to have a lock on lead actor in a musical. Featured in a play, Drama Desk went to Alden Ehrenreich for Becky Shaw and Ruben Santiago Hudson for Joe Turner's Come and Gone. Outer Critics went to Laurie Metcalf. NY Drama Critics Circle went to Alden Ehrenreich. And the People's Choice, Christopher Abbott for Death of a Salesman and Laurie Metcalf for Death of a Salesman. I will agree with the audience choice for that, for Laurie Metcalf. I love her and I think she's great. So it looks like Laurie Metcalf's got some good buzz going into the Tonys, as does Alden Ehrenreich. Also, Ruben Santiago Hudson also got an Actors Equity Veteran Award. Also in that category, Linda Emmond for Becky Shaw. Okay, featured actor in a musical. So for the Drama Desk, we've got Judy Kuhn for The Baker's Wife, which I did not see. I wish I had. And Ben Levi Ross for Ragtime. Ben Levi Ross also won the Outer Critics Circle. That really is good for him going into the Tony Awards. I am happy to see that Mackenzie Kurtz, who did not even get nominated for Schmigadoon, did get an Actors Equity Award for Most Promising, as did Ali Louis Bourgui. I will be pronouncing names wrong during this. And our Critics' Choice was Jim Parsons for Titanic and Shoshana Bean for The Lost Boys. Hey, I agree with Shoshana Bean. Love Jim Parsons, but I just feel like sometimes people love him, and so they probably didn't even see Titanic, because in my opinion, he wasn't the funniest person or the strongest. The audience choice are so weird to me. Okay, well, I chose to include them. Lead in a play Off-Broadway, Quincy Tyler Bernstein for Well, I'll Let You Go. She got the Outer Critics. She also got the Obie. I don't know if she would have been my pick, but there you have it. And then we've got, for the Monsters, won the Lucille Lortel. I'm not going to pronounce this right. Egner Mizell. And lead in a musical, Outer Critics Circle went to Nigel D. Robinson of Mexodus. He also won the Lucille Lortel. And featured in a play Off-Broadway, Caroline Aaron for The Reservoir, which I didn't see, got the Outer Critics, and the Lucille Lortel went to David Turner from Mother Russia. Did not see either of those, so I have no comment. Oh, Judy Kuhn got 2 awards for The Baker's Wife. She got the Outer Critics for Off-Broadway, and she got the Drama Desks for Featured in a Musical. So good for Judy. Judy. Nick Rashad Burroughs for Goddess got the Lucille Lortel for Featured in a Musical. Okay, let's talk about ensemble performances. Now, this isn't a category in the Tony. I wish it was, even though no, it means that it wouldn't be so prestigious for actors to win a Tony when 10 would be handed out to a full cast. Also, could you imagine being the 1 week actor in an ensemble and getting your Tony that way? Sign me up for that. Okay, ensemble performance. We got Drama Desk gave a special citation for the cast of Marjorie Prime, which was Danny Burstein, Christopher Lowell, Cynthia Nixon, and June Squibb, and also for the cast of Spread, which I did not see. The Obie Awards recognized the ensemble of Bowl EP and Prince F, and The New York Drama Critics Circle selected the cast of The Death of a Salesman. Interesting to know that the runners-up for that were Ragtime, Meet the Cartosians, and Joe Turner's Come and Gone. I don't agree with Joe Turner's Come and Gone. I feel like that ensemble is very strong, but it is uneven, in my opinion. But interesting note, Ragtime was beat out by Death of a Salesman by just 1 vote. All right. Oh, I should add this to Joshua Henry's list. He got a individual distinguished performance overall for Ragtime. And Alden Ehrenreich got the New York Drama Critics Circle, which I think I mentioned already. The individual distinguished performance, audience choice, was Lea Michele for Chess, Daniel Radcliffe for Every Brilliant Thing. Performance of the Year, it's called. She also won Favorite Diva Performance, these categories. Favorite Funny Performance, they call it, not even comedic, Sam Tuddy. And Favorite Onstage Pair went to Christina Pitts and Sam Tuddy from Two Strangers. And Favorite Breakthrough Performance was Luke Evans in his little underwear, and Juliette Lewis for The Rocky Horror Show. Sometimes I just feel like famous people, they just vote for whoever they've seen on TV. Sorry, not sorry. And Favorite Replacement, again, this is only the audience choice, was Jack Wolf for Hadestown and Whitney Leavitt for Chicago, which I assume they must be on television. Why else would you vote for them? It's not like everyone ran out and saw Chicago again just so they could vote. All right, direction of a play. Joe Mantello won for Drama Desk, Outer Critics Circle, and Drama League. The Obie, which is Off-Broadway, went to Sam Pinkleton for Tada and Can I Be Frank, which were both one-person shows, as well as Abigail Jean-Baptiste for Chiaroscuro and Paul Lazar for The Barbarians. I didn't see any of those, but I am seeing Can I Be Frank is coming back, and I'm seeing it next week. Okay, direction of a musical. Lear de Bastonet, like Joe Mantello, won the Drama Desk, the Outer Critics, and the Drama League. And the Lucille Lortel for Off-Broadway went to David Mindazabal from Exodus. Let's move into choreography. This will be quick. For the Drama Desk and the Outer Critics, it went to Christopher Gattelli, but it was a tie for the Drama Desk, so it also went to Omari Wiles and Arturo Lyons for Cats. And then Gattelli won for the Chita Rivera Award. So Chris Gattelli is doing great with Schmigadoon. Book of a Musical for the Drama Desk went to Brian Quijada and Nigel D. Robinson, who wrote Mexodus, and Cinco Paul got the Outer Critics for Schmigadoon. Best Score, Music, specifically, went to Brian Quijada and Nigel D. Robinson for both the Drama Desk and the Outer Critics. And Best Lyrics, which is only awarded for the Drama Desk Awards, went to Jim Barn and Kit Buchan for Two Strangers Carry Cake Across New York. That makes sense to me, both the music and the lyrics. I agree with that one. Orchestrations. David M. Lutkin, Morgan Morse, Liz Helmy, Johnson, and Sherry Lutkin went to The Porch on Windy Hill, which I did see, and I gave a very nice review. And because it's all musicians in the show, so I'm glad they got an award. And Schmigadoon won for the Outer Critics. All right, Best Adaptation for Drama Desk, of course, went to Robert Icke for Oedipus. Music in a Play went to John Patrick Elliott, which is only Drama Desk, but that is well-deserved because that was incredible. And Outstanding Review, which is only Drama Desk, went to About Time, which I was unable to see. I did request press tickets, but was denied. Some other ones, these are Outer Critics Circle, one for New American Play, Cold War Choir Practice, which is Roetic, and Well, I'll Let You Go, Bubba Weiler. That was a tie. For playwriting, the Obie Award went to Morgan Basichis, Can I Be Frank, which I'm going to see soon, and Sarah Gancher, The Wind and the Rain. And favorite original song, which is only for the audience choice, went to Two Strangers for the song New York. How many songs can we have about New York? Apparently, one more. Okay, guys, we're going to jump into Design Awards. I'm going to just focus on the Outer Critics and the Drama Desk for these next few Design Awards because the other ones combine them together. Scenic Design of a Play went to Chloe Lamford for Death of a Salesman. So Scenic Design for Outer Critics and for Drama Desk went to Dane Laffrey for The Lost Boys. That makes sense. Paul Tazewell for costume design, for drama desk for Joe Turner, Come and Gone. Costume design of a musical went to Queen Jean Katz for drama desk, and went to Linda Cho for Schmigadoon. Jack Knowles got lighting design for Death of a Salesman drama desk. Jan Shriver and Michael Arden, lighting design of a musical for The Lost Boys. They also got the Outer Critics. Tom Gibbons, best sound design from the drama desk, Oedipus. Sound design of a musical, Mikhail Fixel from Exodus, also got the Outer Critics. Ty Yarden for Oedipus for projection and video design from the drama desk. And 59 Studio for Ragtime got the Outer Critics. Okay, for my next chart, this is just quick wrap-ups. This is what I find really interesting. So the shows that got the most wins leading into the Tonys. Ragtime got 14 plus 1 citation. Death of the Salesman got 14, although I do have to say 3 of those were Audience Choice Awards, whereas Ragtime had 1 Audience Choice. Schmigadoon got 11, no audience choices. Exodus got 11, no audience choices. The Lost Boys got 7 with 2 audience choices. Chess got 4, all audience choice. And Cats got 4. 2 Strangers got 4. 3 of those were audience choice. Becky Shaw got 3. Every Brilliant Thing got 3. 2 of those were audience choice. Oedipus got 3. Well, I'll Let You Go got 3. The Baker's Wife got 2. Bowl EP got 2. 2 for I'm Assuming You Know David Greenspan. 2 for Ken Rex. 2 for The Ballisters. 2 for The Monsters. 2 for Pericles. 2 for Prince F. 2 for Rocky Horror, which were both audience choice. And 2 for Showboat, A River. So this is very interesting. The Ballisters won Outstanding Play in 2 categories, but won nothing else. I find that interesting. And I actually thought the Ballisters could have gotten some citation for Best Ensemble. Looking at the individuals, Nigel D. Robinson got 5 awards. Joshua Henry got 4. Brian Quijada, also of Exodus, got 3. This is what I was talking about in the other one, Exodus. I was like, they're killing it. Christopher Gattelli got 3. Daniel Radcliffe got 3, 2 of which were audience choice. Joe Mantello got 3. Lear de Bessonet got 3. Leah Michelle got 3, all audience choice awards. Mikhail Fixel, a sound designer of Exodus, got 3. Aiden Ehrenreich got 2. Ben Levi Ross got 2 for Ragtime. Cha Se, lighting designer, got 2 for multiple productions. Dan Laffrey got 2 for The Lost Boys. Jen Shriver and Michael Arden, 2 for The Lost Boys. Judy Kuhn, 2 for Baker's Wife. Laurie Metcalf, 2 for Death of a Salesman. Queen Jean, 2. Jellicle Ball, Saturday Church. And then she also got a special citation, so kind of 3. Quincy Tyler Bernstein, 2 for Well, I'll Let You Go. Ruben Santiago Hudson, 2 for Joe Turner's Come and Gone. And Sam Tuddy, 2 for the Audience Choice Awards. Okay, and then I have a list of a bunch of people who just won 1 awards. I'm not going to go through those. That would take forever, and this video is already long enough, and I'm not looking at the camera, which is what I'm supposed to do when I talk to you. I'm looking at one more chart, which I've kind of already done. This is just how many awards the show itself won, just for Best Play or Best Musical. Death of a Salesman won 5. It won Best Revival of Play in 5 different categories. Ragtime won 3 and had 1 citation. Schmigadoon won 3, Exodus 3, The Ballisters 2, Prince F 2. Bowl EP and Liberation, I'm going to say they both got 2 because Liberation won the Pulitzer and Bowl EP was a finalist. And the Meet the Cartosians, I would say 2 as well because they won Outstanding New Off-Broadway from the Outer Critics and they were also finalists for the Pulitzer. All right, that's interesting, right? I mean, I find it interesting, but I'm a big theater nerd. So I'll come out with a video soon with my predictions for the Tony Awards. Some of these have cemented some things in my mind already, that Joshua Henry is taking home a statue. Certain shows, I'm really surprised how much love Ragtime is getting. It's a great revival, but I mean, we'll see because Cats just wasn't in contention and the only other option was Rocky Horror. So I guess it makes sense. It makes sense. But it'll be interesting to see. All right, so that video will be coming out soon. Thank you for going down this little nerd hole with me. Nerd hole. I appreciate you watching, and I have a review coming out tomorrow. I'm seeing I'll Be Frank tomorrow. So I look forward to bringing a review of that to you. All right, bye.